Okay.
Hi, everyone. This is Kathy Mason from MasonWorks Marketing here today on Conscious Business Zone with Don Lynch. Hi, Don.
Hi, how you doing?
Great, great. It's the day after a holiday, which always messes you up a little bit about, is this Monday or what day is this? You know how that is. Although you don't, you're in Mexico. So,
Yeah.
so you didn't get the day off yesterday, huh?
Well, I have to admit, I pretty much have every day off. So,
Yeah, life is wonderful. Well, or you've created that. That's what's really cool. So, everyone, I wanted you to meet Don because I met Don, I think 2 years ago when he was here in Boulder, Colorado, and he performed some energy healing on me that I was quite amazed about. He was in my office. I had been doing some videos. Was it even maybe more than 2 years ago? Maybe it was 3 years ago.
almost three now.
Yeah, wow. Okay, 3 years ago. I was doing a video for one of my customers for a event called Evolve Expo that I was a sponsor for, and I did probably 30 videos for it. And Don said, "Oh, I want to meet that person." So he shows up in my office with his son, and then he proceeds to do a process on me with my cell phone. And I'll grab my cell phone. He was able to clear me of the interference that I have with my cell phone and my electrical body. So that said, and you can do that with anybody. Hi, Heidi. Heidi Little's here.
Hey, Heidi.
Yeah. So basically, what we'd love to do today is, first of all, get to know you a little bit, Don, and then anything you want to clue us in. I do have some information about your talk that you did at ISEAM. So I'd love to share that later. But first, I'd love to have you explain um, how you had a near-death experience and then you were able to manipulate energy. Is that correct?
I had three near-death experiences. I was a slow learner. After the third one, I remember it distinctly. I was my wife and I lived in downtown Puerto Vallarta, actually on a roof, and I was just sitting there. This was like just a day or two after this near-death thing, which all three of them happened in the water right here in Puerto Vallarta, by the way.
Wow.
We were free diving at night, which I did quite a bit. And anyway, ran into some dangerous situations. But anyhow, so one day I'm sitting there and I just started taking deep breaths and like in an uncontrolled manner. Just like if you're all stressed out, you go home, sit down, and you just take a deep breath and relax. I was doing it like in series, uncontrollable. My wife goes, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I don't know what's going on." And then ever since then, strange things have come to me.
So do you think that affected? So that was after your third near-death experience that
Yeah, that
happened?
was after that. Yeah.
Okay. And so did you feel, because I know you work with spin of the energy, was that, well, okay. You've said many times to me that we're big bags of water as humans with electricity running up
I don't know
and
where you got that idea from. I don't know.
down from Star Trek, because there was an alien, and it was the original Star Trek, because I remember it, and it was a little spark of light, and it was talking to Spock and James Kirk, and it said ugly bags of water.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
That's a terrible rendition of it. But anyway, I remember it because it's like, yeah, that's what we are. Not ugly, but bags of water. So after your third near death experience, you were able to manipulate energy or see. Did you see energy or you feel it? How did it occur?
It was a gradual process, and quite frankly, the steps in this process are numerous, and it took place over several years. the first steps were just about being more aware of people and things around me, and being more conscious and being more close to my own feelings, and being honest with myself about what I felt and etc. So that was the first steps. But it's like everybody's different. Everybody's got their own path to walk.
Yeah.
Hopefully most people don't have to, dive in water 3 times before they
Yeah,
get this.
I don't think I'm of the belief, and I'm holding it, that you don't have to go through the physical trauma in order to wake up anymore. That's what I'm holding, that since 2012 you don't have to. But I'm very grateful that you awakened, however you did it, this incredible skill in yourself, that you can actually help people shift their energy and become their energy body, basically. You can scan it and change it for them. So the next thing I wanted to ask about was the chiropractic work you did and the martial arts work. How did you get into that?
Well, when I was young, I used to do real heavy work and stuff, and I ended up going to the chiropractor and found it fascinating. And then I had the occasion to where I had a basic knowledge of chiropractic, and my best friend ended up being a chiropractor for years in Iowa. And he did chiropractic research. He was a Baha'i, and he dedicated his life to helping others and stuff. And I was his guinea pig for many years, and we did extreme, really out of the world research stuff on chiropractic and energetic stuff and applied kinesiology, far in advance of where the world was at then. So, yeah. So I've been doing it for many, many, many years.
So that's where you learned how the body works and the mechanics of it, like the skeletal structure. Did that also give you muscle information and ligaments and all of that? Because that's not the electrical side, that's the structural side.
Actually, what I found out was that whenever I worked on, I never charged or anything for it, and I for years. And but one thing I found out was that if I put my hands on people, man, I was just like picking up their energy like crazy. It's not something I really enjoyed doing, but I was good at it, and I just did it for friends and family and stuff like that. And then when I moved to Mexico, I started going to the gym and training Muay Thai and kickboxing and stuff like that. And there was the guy that owned the gym. I fixed him a couple times and a couple of his fighters and stuff like that. And he says, "Hey, you should go see so-and-so." And so I went to see so-and-so, and he was scheduled to fight for the world champion Muay Thai title. And I worked on him once, and he said, "Hey, you got to, can you come back?" And so I ended up working on him for like a couple of weeks before the event. And then he wanted me in his corner during the event. It was like the first Muay Thai event I ever attended was the world championship, and I was like the mind body guy for the main fight.
Wow, where was it?
It was here in Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, it was cool.
Yeah, so
cool. And he won.
I started working with other fighters, mixed martial arts fighters, and stuff like that, and ended up working on fighters in Thailand and of course all around Mexico, a few in the U.S. Things like that. I don't do it anymore, but I still have a lot of friends in the business.
So that, and how long ago was that? Was that 5 years ago, or?
That was like maybe 6-7 years ago. I probably got out of it.
Okay. And then you started realizing that you could clear people their phones and basically what I found, you cleared the resistance that I have to my computer, my desktop, which I work on it a lot of hours, and I like what I do. So it's not like, oh, I have to work. I like it, but I was feeling worn out by the end of the day from it, and I don't know why. And same thing with the phone. It wasn't that I disliked it or had any fear of it, but something wasn't in flow with me in it. So could you talk about that a little bit? About the EMFs?
Well, first of all, I'm not any genius. Okay, I mean, what happened was I was working on people in Guadalajara, Mexico, and there was this lady that was standing there watching me for 3 hours. I worked on a lot of people, and my buddy says, "Hey, can you work on this friend of mine?" I'm like, "Frank, I'm really tired. I'm exhausted." He says, "Come on, just one more. She's been waiting for you." I'm like, "Okay." And it turns out she's an Indian shaman from the mountains outside of Guadalajara, and she had this mysterious pain that she couldn't get rid of, and she came up to me and I introduced myself and blah blah blah, and I said, "Hey, can I put my hands on you?" And I put my hand on her neck and one on her the top of her head, and it was just like a bolt of lightning came through me, and a voice said, "Hey, take your cell phone and do this and that and that." And so I did. And then they said, "Well, put her cell phone on the pain and tap her on the thyroid." I'm like, "Okay." So I did that. Bam, bam, bam. And the pain was gone instantly. And we're both like, "Whoa, what was that? That must have just been some kind of freak thing or something, you know?" Long story short, I came home. My wife is a semi-pro runner. She runs a lot of marathons. And so she's always got aches and pains and stuff. I said, "Hey, I had this really weird thing happen in Guadalajara." And I said, "I want to try something different." And so I did it with her and pain, boom, gone instantly. And that was the beginnings of it. And so actually I've been traveling to scientific conferences for the last 3 or 4 years.
Right.
And trying to find somebody who can explain what the hell's going on. And I haven't really found anybody. The only person that really gave me a fair and reasonable explanation was Claude Swanson. And I spent time with Claude, and he's like, "Well, I don't know really, but I think what you're actually affected."
Well, I love it. So in fact, I have your printout from when you did speak at ICEAM, and it's basically participants will be using their nervous system's autonomic relaxation response and human field manipulation to release points of resistance caused by EMF. So in layman's terms, what I feel that is that when you're highly sensitive, like I am, you're aware and your body is on protect mode. Your body is alerted. And so if the waves that are coming through are catching on your notice, your subconscious notice, your protection notice, you're using energy that you're not even aware of to protect yourself. And if the waves coming through just pass through without any hook into my system, then I'm just clear. Is that a fair estimation of it?
That's a lot of words. But that's the basic idea, okay? But okay, we keep talking about resistance, and resistance is what always causes us damage when we're not going with the flow, right?
Right.
And so if you have an electrical device, be it a phone or whatever, and since you're an electrical device, you're just a bag of water, and you got some electricity bouncing around in there, and you have an operating system. So when those two fields merge, you end up creating points of resistance in your field, in your body.
Right.
And in your animal brain, in your limbic brain, you have this ability to release points of resistance. It's called the relaxation response.
Ah.
Okay, so like if you're all stressed out, you go home, sit down in your favorite chair, your favorite beverage, your favorite music, your body automatically goes,
yeah.
And your stress level goes down. That stress was just a point of resistance in your body. It was causing damage to your body. And the animal brain is there to protect you from that kind of stuff. And so it finds that point of resistance. And with that deep breath, it releases it and it changes instantly. So all I'm doing is putting the phone up to somebody and telling the brain, "Hey, you got a point of resistance in this body, take it out." And the guy takes a deep breath and it changes instantly. You can feel it.
Yeah.
People that are super sensitive, they go, "Oh, what the hell was that?" I mean, it it's a shock for a lot of people, but it changes instantly. Your body will literally shift right then and there.
What's interesting is because I'm so sensitive. I mean, I can tell you if we go to a restaurant, I can tell you what people are saying at all the tables around us because my radar's out. But this, what you did, just changed how I work. It changed how I am in the world. I mean, because even if you don't have a router by you at your house, everyone else in the neighborhood has one. So it's not like you can, even if you don't have it on, you know, it's like, oh, I'll turn it off at night. Well, it doesn't really work. So I just want to tell you that some people that are on, Diane Nelson's here from Denmark. I already told you Heidi's on. Brett Petway, who's one of my dear artist friends, is on. Elsie Ritzenheim's on. And Delane Deal. And Delane is part of ICM, the near-death people. So anyway, so just wanted to recognize that you all are here. And thank you very much, you guys, for showing up. Because this is really important, what we're talking about. We don't have to be in fear, and we don't have to reduce our productivity anymore. That it's just not, it doesn't have to be a choice, a conscious choice anymore, because we've got Don. and I would love it if you could teach someone else, but I don't want to have 3 near-death experiences, so I don't know if you can.
Well, I've taught several people, and everybody rises to their own level of competence in this, but the idea is to actually challenge yourself. And psychics are attracted to me, the open-minded ones that really want to push the envelope. And what I can do for people like that and highly sensitive people is to release you from your shield. I mean, drop those shields and get out there and do what we're designed to do. Yeah. As empaths and sensitives, we are designed to assimilate energy and transform it, transmute it, and we can do that instantly.
Right.
But when you just receive it and you keep bearing it down into your body, into your electrical body somewhere, creating points of drag, points of resistance in your field and in your body, then you end up being sick, you know?
Right, right.
Like that.
Well, I'm so glad that, Don lives in Puerto Vallarta. As you've heard, he was born and raised in Iowa, correct? But you also
I was actually born in San Diego.
Oh.
I spent most of my life in the Midwest. As a kid, I was in Indiana, but my whole adult life, I was in Iowa.
Yeah, I knew it was Indiana because I'm from Ohio. So it's like Indiana, Iowa. They both start with an I. So, but so you can tell he's a world citizen. He's comfortable anywhere, and he's not afraid of working hard. But this magic skill that he has allows him to do things really quickly and efficiently, and it didn't come back, you guys. That's the thing, is so how many times have you gone to a healer and you've had some promise of something to change, and I have no issue with my phone, with my computer. Now, can you talk a little bit about 5G, Don? Because there's so much fear about it. Could you talk about that as well?
I experienced 5G. I went to visit Claude last summer, and I had never been in a 5G situation before. And I noticed something, like I was in the middle of downtown there. I'm like, there's like something in the background here. And the only thing and it was everywhere. I'm like, the only way I could explain it was it had to be the 5G stuff. But since I've become more aware of the 5G stuff, I follow like space weather and stuff like that too. And one of the guys that he always posts a lot of scientific information, research stuff. And one of the things was about how the weather forecasters are all complaining about the 5G because it's screwing up their radar for weather. Because the 5G apparently is very close in resonance to the vibration of water when the radar hits the water. And so it's like screwing up all the readings for rain and stuff in the weather forecasting system. Like, okay, well, we're water. Yeah, 5G is going to mess with us too. So we got to get this figured out. And one of the things that it's just like you said. I mean, I treat you once, and it's fixed.
Right.
Okay, but if you buy a different cell phone or you buy a different computer or something like that, it's going to have a different resonance to it, different frequencies, and so you have to be able to treat yourself.
Right.
And that's the thing that I'm trying to teach people is how to treat yourself. And
right.
then hopefully, I mean, we can find some people that are highly sensitive that can learn the technique and help me spread the word about this.
I want to. Well, I want to spread the word about it for sure. In fact, you're coming to Boulder, and we're going to do some free events. And then if people want to do one-on-ones, we're going to be doing that the weekend of June 8th and 9th. There'll be 2 events. So I will be posting that flyer and that event for any local people that are on the call right now. But I want people to know that the fear of it is part of the thing that we, as conscious beings, we can choose to live in love or fear. Those are actually the polar opposites that are still available for us to choose. And when we go into fear, we can stop ourselves and then see what to do to flip it, right? And so that's where I'm just so excited about what Don's doing, because I saw instantaneous results. And it wasn't just me. I saw several other people have the same results. When you did it at ICEAM, how many people were in the room? This was 2016.
The only reason I went to ICEAM is because I happened to meet and talk to Jack Stuckey.
Yeah.
I had never been to any scientific conferences on subtle energies or anything like that before, but I was trying to understand, get some insights as to what I was doing, because I had no idea what I was doing, really.
Get it. I don't know half the time I don't have words for what I'm doing. And then someone will say something, oh, that's a good word for that. I don't know.
And just for yucks, I didn't think they would accept it. I put in an application to do a workshop. And then, of course, Jack was like one of the bigwigs there. And for some reason, I mean, they end up giving me a workshop.
Yeah.
And then a couple days into the conference, before the workshop, Jack was sending people to me left and right.
Right.
And I was working on all kinds of people, knowledgeable people, doctors and physicists and biophysicists and all these people. And they're all like freaking out. And I had people coming up to me left and right wanting me to treat them with their cell phones. And so the workshop happened, and the thing was packed. They were lined up out the door into the hallway, and the energy that I was pulling out of people was just overwhelming. And we literally had people, they had to leave the room. They couldn't, it was suffocating, the energy in there. We had to end up having to open all the windows up and get the air moving. And,
oh my gosh.
It was really something.
So you can transmute it though, once it's out. Is it like entities? Like, I mean, Jack Stuckey works with a lot of entity work where he does his Polaroids and you can see.
Well, he had one of his devices there.
Wild.
Yeah, he had one of his devices there, and that definitely amped things up for sure.
Oh my gosh! One of the orgone generator kind of devices, or
one of the little cone things.
Oh, okay, yeah, because he also has the Vogel crystals devices.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I like those. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you are able, like, if somebody brought their laptop, you could like do the same thing, like use the laptop on them.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I want to do that next.
We can do all kinds of stuff. As you're aware, I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The ramifications of this are huge, and we can get into that later.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing that I'm confused about, I just want to reiterate, is once that your resistance to your device is shifted, how does it work that then it can be used as a healing tool? That's kind of different.
That's really pushing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
But in reality, what happens is that so your body is now tuned to that device. And let's say if you have everybody's got an emotional thing, okay? I mean, you just take your cell phone, use the back of it, because there's like 4 antennas in there, different frequencies, maybe up to 6 antennas. And you put that up to next to where you can feel an ache or pain or emotion or something like that on your body, and tap your thyroid a couple times and just take a deep breath and just see what happens. And what happens, I believe, is that it acts like a amplifier.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because those antennas will react to that vibration and that
It delivers it? It delivers it.
It doesn't deliver it. It acts as a highlighter.
Oh, cool.
Brain to go right there.
Wow. That's very cool. So if there's anyone on here that wants to ask some questions, please feel free to ask, because I've got lots of them, but it'd be fun to have any of you that have had issues with EMFs or have a lot of fear about 5G or want to talk again about your electrical system. So Don, when people talk about, I did a lot of work with Bratzo, who's a gazing healer. Mm-hmm. And what I sensed and what some other people said was he was actually taking dark energy that was stuck in different parts of people's bodies and raising it out of their body. And it was like a gray, I could see it. It was a gray cloud. And then he put it up at the top of there's hundreds and hundreds of people at these events, and put it up at the top. And then it was like that. Then he transmuted it. So first he lifted it out of the group. Is that something that you do? Is that how you, because let's say I have a trauma here, emotional trauma, or stuck in my stomach or lower abdomen, and it starts to release, it has to want to release, right? It's stuck energy. How does that
work? Well, there's a lot of questions in there.
Okay, well,
is that as far as like how the release actually works? A lot of it is about using the systems we already have built into ourselves. Okay.
Okay.
That's like 90% of it.
Oh.
Okay. We have that ability to heal ourselves. We're just stupid humans that we've turned it off. We've learned from our culture and society that we can't do that. But in reality, yeah, we can heal ourselves and heal others and things like that. As far as like how Bratzo did it, about pulling the energy out of people and into a cloud, I could definitely see it being done. It's not something that I do, but I can definitely see it being done. Yeah.
But the dark energy. Okay, so here we've got some questions finally. So you're saved from my questions.
Good.
I love this. I appreciate you so much. Okay. So anyway, Diane Nielsen said, "How can I learn?" So Diane, we're working on getting some products together with Don, so that in a new website. So hopefully that's not done yet, but you're willing to teach, right?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yay. Okay, so Diane, stay tuned. Then Colleen Keener said, "What about 5G effects on birds, etc.?"
Well, I'm not aware of a way that I can fix that right now. No. 5G is 5G.
So
actually, the birds have one up on us because they can evolve and they can shift probably more readily than we can.
Oh.
Okay, they have that same system we got. They have an animal brain that's there to protect them. And yeah, I imagine it's not going to be something that's going to be done overnight, but in some ways they have an advantage over us.
Okay. So, but if we can learn how to do this, we can help our dogs and cats, our pets.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, for sure. You'll be able to, what happens is that you end up being more of a witness to yourself from outside of yourself,
Uh-huh.
and you end up being able to feel better. And I should rephrase that. You can feel others and things better.
Okay. Okay.
And so, yeah, you're more able to help people and things and animals, and actually anything that involves feeling, you can change. And trying to raise awareness and that, and eliminate that cutoff that people have developed over time with this inability to connect with themselves, let alone with things outside of themselves. So it's a process.
Well, I love that. That sounds like empowerment. I mean, this is Conscious Business Zone, which is how to make conscious choices so you can bring in your soul mission. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. Diane Nelson said, can you work at a distance on or with people?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Okay, and Angie LaRue just said hello.
Let me add to that, though. I mean, literally, I have a heightened sense of sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
And to really, a lot of people, they don't have that mind-body connection that they need to really get 100% or to really get this. But just doing the way that I show you will help you significantly. But still, the hands-on is still the best thing. And even if you think you got it all, here, bring it over here. Let's see. And I can tell you, we can show each other. Let's see if you really got it all or not. And sometimes that's a surprise for people.
Huh. So Angie said something about where there's something going on with the thing, but it's I'm showing we're still on. I'm not sure, Angie, what's up. So Don, I have this beautiful pin that your friend made for me.
Yeah.
And this is your logo. You want to share about your logo, about this image? And I hope
well, that image is actually based on the golden number, and it's a toroidal. It's actually a toroidal vortex. If you flip it on its side, and that if okay, and if you look at that and then look at a square corner,
I'm trying to get it so they can see.
You'll feel the difference just looking at that versus a square object or okay. That's an empowering thing. It came to me. So
did you see this in a vision, or I mean, are you working with guides and beings that help you, or are you pretty much self-actualized and
I know nothing. This stuff has come from outside of me. I know nothing. I do the best I can, and then I always try to keep myself open. So
yeah, well, and we're also
and I don't shield. I mean, a lot of people that are highly sensitive and empaths and all this stuff, they're shielding all the time and stuff. But what happens is that you're actually creating a point of resistance, and you're hurting yourself, and you're not fulfilling your life mission. Your life duty is to feel that and change it. Release it in you, and you're releasing it in the things around you, whatever you're feeling, and just change it. And then you'll change the people and things around you at the same time. So you'll heal yourself and heal others.
So have you had, I know that when we did one process, you worked with someone in our class and helped them to release, because all of us have childhood traumas that we're working through, which really probably was part of our soul mission. What were we thinking? But anyway, so do you find that a lot of the resistance is from childhood traumas or resistance that you build up as a child?
You have like this suitcase that weighs 100 pounds, and you're carrying it around with you everywhere. Oh, I wonder if that would create any resistance. Why don't you just open your hand and let it go? Because it's all bullshit. It's not real anymore.
Right.
It's not real. I'm sorry for the language, but it's not real anymore.
Yeah.
That was then. This is now. Let's move on. Let's go. Let's get with it.
Oh, well, I want to check. because there aren't other comments. There's other viewers, but Angie had said something was going on. Let's make sure.
At all. Here.
Oh, well, I want to check, because
No,
if
it's
there
still
aren't
on.
other comments, yeah, so okay, we're good. Sorry about that. She had said that we were ended, but we didn't. I don't want to hear me though. Ah. Okay, so I just wanted everyone to know that the possibility to clear your field, to learn how to do it for yourself and your family, and to stand in your power. Minute stopped, had to press play button. So okay, so they said, okay, sorry, now it seems to recover. I apologize. I'm trying to make sure that I engage the people here. So anyway, I want to make sure that everyone knows that Don is, we're putting things together right now so that all of this work can get out in the world. He's, I talked him into letting me help him. Truth. Anyway, because I mean, this is powerful stuff. We all are highly creative beings, creator gods, and we came here for a mission. And all of these things that are showing up in the media and the constant wave of fear and constant choices, you just never are. You're bombarded with constant choices. There's no peace. And what this is a path to one of the paths to peace, as far as I can see. Do you agree with that, Don?
Absolutely.
And
yeah,
so,
I mean, Kathy and I have had numerous conversations now, and
yeah,
she knows that. I mean, I'm not somebody that's going to say, "Oh yeah, so you do this, this, and this, and then you do it for the next 6 months, and then you go on to this." And no, I'm like, "Hey, let's do this right now, right now. Let's see if this works right now."
Right. Because again, time's a waste. It sort of feels like now is the time for as many of the people to come out like you that have these wonderful gems of knowledge that is going to affect humanity in a positive way, that'll uplift and enhance people's lives. I mean, anyone that's elderly, that's struggling with their health, they need this more than anyone, because their body's trying to fight whatever the conflict they have going on and all these external things. So I just feel strongly that what Don's doing is such a gift. And if you're in the Boulder, Denver area, please watch for my emails and my Facebook posts, because I'll be posting for this live event we're going to do it's June 8th. Why do I always mess up months when I'm around you? Anyway, I do. It's consistent. It is consistent. Anyway, but I welcome you. Don is on Facebook, so you can private message him. Pretty soon he'll have a website with his name on it, so you'll be able to find him there. Again, we're just getting him out, and I think you're going to be thrilled with the opportunities that this knowledge has for you and your family. Is there anything else that you want to say, Don, that besides I'm opening heart space for this. I just think it's so important.
Well, as Kathy knows, I've been kind of hiding out for the last few years, and I've my guys have said, you have to get out there. I asked them. I was working on literally thousands of people for a few years in a row, and I was like exhausted. I'm like, hey, I got to take some time off. And then when I was in Kathy's office, had the opportunity to work on her and some other people. And this is a consequence of that. And so I'm going with the flow. I mean, if somebody's silly enough, they want to actually help me do this, I'm like, hey, let's go.
Okay. It's because I feel like it's part of my mission as well to help as many people wake up to their divinity. And this is one obstacle that can be relieved that puts you into power and out of fear. So that's what, yeah. And Elsie said Don will be at CCC, right? And I said, yes, Don's going to be at CCC. And Angie says we need more like you, Don. Yeah, that's what, and Angie's like you. Angie does something different. So no, I'm passionate about this. This is time, but this is a big part of our mission that we decided to come here is right now to help people wake up and have better choices. And this is a huge opportunity to shift your energy so that you feel more vital and more productive and just joyful. I mean, this changes your whole frequency. It lets you access the higher dimensions. What's wrong with that? So Elsie said, yay, see you there. She's all excited to meet you.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, everyone, please share this if you can. I will also be putting this up on YouTube, on my YouTube channel after this, because we really want as many people as possible to know that whether Dawn works on them or someone that Dawn trains works on them, that there is relief coming. So if you're sensitive and you don't have to hide, you don't have to live in the woods, and pop a tent to be able to survive all these changes. You want to be among other people. This is the key. It's unbelievable, you guys. Unbelievable.
It's just the first step, though.
Yeah. I can't wait I'm getting chills. I can't wait to learn all of it. So that's part of my joy of helping you is I get to learn too. So anything else, Don, or we can sign off and we'll do this again, I'm sure.
I'm looking forward to the trip. I said I would be available, 24 hours a day for the time I'm there. So just give me every once in a while, give me some time to sleep. And I'm good to go, and I'm looking forward to it and having fun doing it. It's going to be fun. I mean, you guys that show up, I mean, we're going to have fun. This isn't going to be some laborious thing. This is going to be fun.
No. You guys won't believe how cool this is. I mean, and actually, because I have to say, I mean, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked how simple, how fast, and that something that you thought was part of the evil empire that you love as a tool, because how can we even do anything without it now? But you love it as a tool, can also be like your tricorder. Out of Star Trek, as they're like, I'll put the frequency in. And I mean, there are people that are doing, Eric Thompson, I've already interviewed on him. He here on Conscious Business. So he does have frequencies you can put in your phone. But what if you had clear electrical systems and then used it? Wow. I mean,
and one thing too, there's a lot of things out there that people are selling for their cell phones and stuff. Well, let's actually find out if they're actually working. I mean, I can help with that, and we'll find out instantly if it's working or not. Some of them are working to some effect. And what I'm doing is not necessarily going to replace all that stuff. This is something simple and built into our system, right? That we might as well be using,
right? So. Right. Well, and that's what I like about it is that the human is designed to do a lot more than what we know, and the shamans know about it. The people that live close to the earth know all about it. And you're bringing it back to us in a usable form.
Even modern medicine recognizes neuroplasticity.
Right.
Right. So this is like this is like one of those things that are kind of merging all that ethereal stuff with some actual, physics and science and biophysics. Right. So
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. It's time, guys. So anyway, thank you all. Thank you, Don. We'll have more to share with you in hopefully a couple weeks, within 3 weeks, hopefully. But we'll be doing something here in a couple weeks in Boulder, Colorado. So you can PM me or PM Dawn to find out more. And thank you, Dawn. So excited to get this out.
Thanks for everything you've done, Kathy. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I just I'm honored. I'm honored. Thank you. Okay, everybody, signing off, and hopefully you'll see the replay. And please share. We don't want people to be afraid of this anymore. There's a way to alleviate a lot of your fears and stresses that is as simple as using this. Okay. See you guys. Thank you, Don. Thank you so much.